History has proven once again that every adversity that befalls man provides a window of opportunity for those who think out of the box and are prepared to prefer services and solutions to ameliorate sufferings of the populace. This is exactly the case confronting humanity with COVID-19 ravaging mankind, sending economies into recession with millions losing their jobs and filing for unemployment globally. Governments have had to dole out billions of dollars worth of palliatives to mitigate the economic meltdown on its citizens, and in some cases set up food banks to feed the most vulnerable.
We have our food bank in 3 different places. Everything is being put in place and the distribution will take place through this weekend. Committees have been put in place. We have emphasized that there is not politics in the distribution of these items. It is for every Deltan and North Deltan that are in Delta State. We also appeal to some of our privileged citizens in Delta State in the various communities to also support the efforts of government.
Delta State, South Nigeria, is part of the global community and therefore not immune to the harsh economic conditions imposed on the world by the ravaging COVID-19 pandemic. It is also an open secret that many medical personnel in the front line have died as a result of inadequate personal protective equipment, PPE. Face masks, which used to be the exclusive preserve of health professionals, have now become a part of global fashion sense to stem the spread of COVID-19. The huge demand for the masks has triggered acute scarcity of the product. Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, in one of his several broadcasts to Deltans, reveals that the masks will be produced locally. Hear him.
The Delta State government has gone ahead to start the production of face masks, but this time the one made with a cloth. We are trying to produce a few hundreds of thousands of the face masks, and this face mask will be distributed free of charge to all Deltans.
The governor also shed light on a unique quality of the masks being produced in Delta State.
The good thing about the face mask that is made with the cloth is that just as you wash your hands with soap and water, you can also wash the face mask on a daily basis, and that will definitely reduce the risk of infection.
Smart Delta Media also needed to know from the Commissioner for Health, Modi Ononye, if there was any particular medical reason for choosing cotton fabrics for the masks production.
2 things were on my mind. One, the one that has some little pores to enable air to pass through. That even when we double it, we have been able to create a proper filtering effect. That's one. And number 2, the one that can be washed easily, and then we use bleach on it to make it as sterile as possible.
How did we get here that masks are being produced locally? Prior to this day, the state government has trained thousands of young Deltans under its Skills Training Entrepreneurship Program STEP through the Job and Wealth Creation Office. Many of these young people were trained in fashion design under tailoring. Just like during the Great Depression in 1929, followed by the Second World War, many lost their jobs, and the only way to get out of the depression was to put millions of people to productive work in factories. Likewise, Delta State government has put its people, this valuable workforce it has trained to work to produce scarce face masks to stem the spread of COVID-19. As customary with Smart Delta Media, we went to the source to see production in process.
I want to thank Governor Okowa for this program. I feel a big relief because I wasn't expecting it all through, and the emergency production of these face masks have made many of us, including myself, to at least earn a little cash to maintain the family within this time or this period of shutdown.
As the governor of the state, he has tried, he has done what Napoleon cannot do. He did more for bringing those hooligans out of the streets. I thank him very much for recognizing my company, Neopele Concept. In my many years of fashion, I have now thought it wise that I will one day be a lifesaver. But during this administration, I've been given the opportunity to be a lifesaver.
Smart Delta Media team traveled to meet Delta Skills Training Entrepreneurship Program STEP trainees who are now fully established fashion designers and have been contracted to produce face masks to stem the spread of COVID-19 to find out what this means to them. We met Chima Oge, who runs CEO Designs. What intrigued Smart Delta the most was his team's consciousness about the hygiene in handling this piece of PPE. In the production process, an action that stands out is ironing of the masks. It is impossible for COVID-19 droplets to survive the hot iron. So, this is key in the mask's production process. This is aside other careful hygienic precautions taken during the production. Chima bears his mind to Smart Delta Media crew about this as well as economic consideration to himself and peers.
This is health equipment, I really have to ensure that these things are clean and I have to supply them not being infected. So those are the reasons why I have to ensure that my hands are clean. The product itself is also well packaged and not infected as well. This is a great opportunity that the governor himself have also created for us to also not just to produce but also to make money for ourselves.
Our next stop was Bridge Topnet International Fashion Academy. We met Bridget Asende, the owner. She is a fashion designer and STEP trainer contracted to make face masks for the state. She understands the need to protect herself and those around her, and as such, we were welcomed with the new trend of hand washing. She tells us of how impressed she is with the initiatives of the state government, especially at the critical time when the world is fighting the coronavirus, and how these initiatives would reflect on the state as well as her economy.
Our governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, I feel sometimes like he sees ahead of time things and he's prepared ahead of time. So we will be saving ourselves a whole lot of billions importing these face masks. And for him to be prepared ahead of time, getting his citizens, teaching them, getting them employed, and they're ready to take on the challenge, making face masks. It's not easy, it's for professionals. And I'm happy to be part of the people that are preparing the face masks. And I would say kudos to Okowa.
In a conversation with the trainees under Madam Bridget, they expressed their joy at the opportunity to serve humanity through the production of face masks for the citizens of Delta State.
I'm so grateful for the government for having this great insight. Like me making this face mask is a great privilege and honor because I never thought I would be in this place, but making this face mask now, it's like I'm now trying to save the citizens of Delta. Is a great thing. I feel happy because at first this program wasn't for face masks. It was just for fashion and all that. But as time went on, this coronavirus just came in and the government asked us to produce face masks. So I feel happy that I'm part of those who are saving lives. I feel like a doctor.
What has happened in Delta State is a classic case of preparation meeting an opportunity. Businesses are having a downturn on account of the lockdown in Delta State. So, the opportunity to make money at a time many are crying of job loss was a blessing from the state, hinged on step training in fashion and design. So, for Colette Obodoichine and Philip Odumegu, owner of Adam Executive, who are also producing, it is a pleasant surprise and they are grateful.
It's really a nice thing that the state government could empower us and also use us to produce face masks. It has really helped us because during this period, a lot of people are staying home, spending and not gaining. But right now, we are working and having income in our pockets. So we're not just spending and not gaining, we're spending and having something in return. It's a blessing and also a gift, which I appreciate. And I'm happy that I'll be able to use my skill to provide a lot of people protection.
Before now, I was already making face masks for my neighbors around here. In fact, it was our own way of giving back to our society and our direct environment. So we were already doing it before the state government came in and said, we want you guys to produce masks. And I was like, wow, God, thank you. I was doing this for free. And now the state government has to pay me something to even produce more. And I felt I'm part of the solution to the whole situation right now.
At Jazz Stitches, where we met the ongoing process of mask making, Faith Egwede, who is an erstwhile step trainee and now an accredited trainer, tells her story and commends the state government for steering her life in the right direction.
The journey from being a housewife to a trainee and a trainer is, let's just say, it's from grass to grace. I've really grown. That is just the push I needed, and Okowa gave me that, because I didn't ever believe that I would be able to establish myself this much. But with what he did, and actually I didn't even know that there was a thing like this until, if I heard it outside, I would say it's scam. Until it happened to me, then I know Okowa they work and I see him. And for the fact that he thought of producing his own face mask, he didn't go as far as importing from other places. He went as far as producing his own, and within his own state, and from people he has empowered. Okowa is wonderful.
At Luvagi Workstation, we met an active production process, and we spoke with Madam Onovuge Olayobi, the CEO, who doubles as a step trainer. She explains the importance of the state government's initiatives and its impact on the state's economy during this trying time.
My story cannot be complete without the Delta State government being mentioned, because I've learned so much from them and I've given so much as well. I've been training for job creation for the past 3 to 4 years. I also trained for youth development. My factory was closed for like the first 1 week, and I decided to make a few face masks and send to my parents in Lagos because they couldn't get anyone to buy. And then I got this job to produce face masks, and I'm making money. People are also making money, and it's very good, and the money remains within the state. At least we have money now to use, because there was no source of income during this lockdown.
Governor Okowa is a visionary. He does whatever he says, and I feel very happy to be part of this program. This STEP program has helped to reduce poverty and crime because they are giving the youth an opportunity to work for themselves, and they are creating job opportunities for the youth, whereas there will not be hunger, and it has really benefited us. And the state government should continue doing it because there are lots of people out there that needs it.
It's not stop program. It should continue. Because it helps life. It helps the youth to be self-employed. It helps them to acquire more money. Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, I'm thanking him for what he has done in our state, because he makes us to be among our peers.
In a conversation with Akbomreta Akbobome of Dunamis Fashion, he testifies that the job creation strategy of the state government has tackled the problem of unemployment, especially for those in his locality.
Thousands of youth in Delta State, they are not doing something, especially in the fashion world. In the fashion world right now, we are training other people. We are bringing other people to, we are training over the youth right now. There are some that government did not give us to train. We are bringing them without even payment. We are training them because government have already given us the starter pack. We have the equipment, we have the resources, we have the facility, so we are making use of it to also empower other youths.
Governor Okowa, I want to thank you for giving us the privilege to be able to make good use of our life, for giving us second chance in life.
Delta State Chief Job Creation Officer Professor Eric Ebo echoes the sentiments of his protege that this was a great opportunity. He further emphasizes that the masks are of international standard.
Smart Delta.
Besides the masks production, a lot of young Deltans trained under STEP have established themselves in fashion and designs, making clothes for all classes of the society, the likes of Stephen Iloba and many others. Iloba says the training he got on the program is second to none, such that it gave him a sound footing in both design and business orientation aspect of fashion, to the extent he now has a second outfit in Abia State. Iloba wants to take fashion to a different level and hopes his meteoric rise from the seed government planted in him will inspire other youths to take seriously their enterprise.
I was a normal regular tailor before I heard about the training, and when I got into the training, the business orientation from the program actually inspired me a lot. It changed my perception about tailoring and the business per se. The day Okowa wants to give us machine, he gave me this lovely overlocking machine. Wow. And that was the prayer that day, that I need this overlocking machine. He gave me one of these butterfly machine. He gave me the gen sounding at the back. During the program, he gave me 10,000 every month to sustain myself, transportation. Then he also gave me 90,000 naira to buy fabrics. But that 90,000 naira today has multiplied to this place and somewhere else.
Wow.
Iloba further reveals he will forever remain grateful to Job Creation, as their group, Step Fashion Designers, will be launching an exhibition in the second week of December to showcase their craft. For him, the sky is only the beginning, as he met his wife, who is also a fashion designer like himself, on the program.
After which I met the governor, after the empowerment, I believed in the dream. During the program where I was posted to, I met a lovely lady, Catherine, and from there we tangled and got married. So I knew I had to be serious. I knew I had to follow up my dreams and make it come to light. Thank God she's a fashion designer, so wherever I'm lacking, she's there to cover it up. No blessing from Okowa. That's why Okowa is 4, as in 4 plus 4.
Catherine Iloba, Stephen Iloba's wife, was full of laughter while corroborating her husband's narratives that they met on the job. She explains that she got attracted to him because Stephen was very serious about his industry, and that was a virtue worth imbibing. She explains that she is an excellent designer, and as educated people, they will leverage on their strength to take fashion in Delta to international heights.
So I got to know him, and I understood that if he wants to learn, he likes putting his strength, everything in it. So that kind of became like an attraction. He started sharing dreams of how fashion can grow. We decided to take our education from the university and mix it up with what we're getting from the street. And we decided to say, okay, let's become an international brand. We are not there yet, but we'll go there.
Small and medium enterprises from statistics contribute to local economies by bringing growth and innovation to the community in which the business is located. They also help stimulate economic growth by providing employment opportunities to people who may not be employable by larger corporations. This Stephen Africa clothing has afforded the likes of Eloho Comfort, Flora, Enuboda and Favor Nwuzo, who are trainees and workers in this fashion outfit.
I'm really happy because when I actually met him, he has really taught me a lot of things, what I never knew before I came here. So I've learned what so many people would have wished they've learned for a very long time, you know. I've learned a lot from him and I'm glad.
I feel blessed because at first when I was looking for somewhere to put up for this job, I went to other places. I was not at home, I didn't plan. But immediately I came to this place, I met him. He didn't even look at it like I'm a starter. He was just trying to put me through. I felt at home.
The development and growth of small enterprises in Delta State is taking a gargantuan dimension as stepreneurs are stepping up their game and taking advantage of the internet and global trends. Henry Enunoya, the CEO of Gizo Clothing, is an inspiring story. Smart Delta Media couldn't wait to meet this young, handsome man of Delta State extraction. So, it was with excitement we were welcomed into a city complex business premises. Gizo specializes in t-shirts and cap designs. After introducing his team and explaining how he deploys his equipment for work, he didn't mince words to commend the initiative of government, especially the governor, whom he describes as a man with a third eye to train youths in skill set, explaining that was the genesis of his rise and that he intends to be on the world stage.
Or I will still give credit to the governor because it was a platform he created for us under fashion and designing through the STEP program that I was able to get my first experience, which I'm now building on. I'm seeing myself competing with the big fashionistas in the world, the big designers. If they can be accepting my stuff out there, I believe by the time we start doing in commercial quantity, it's going to take over Africa and the world in general.
Smart Delta asked how he sources his fabrics and comes about his designs, which look every inch foreign. To this, he smiles, acknowledging the fabrics are available locally, while the designs have been improved upon from STEP training. In fact, he exports its products abroad. Hear him.
They are all made here. My materials, I source for them locally. And like this t-shirt you're seeing here is the Gizo brand. Just the way you have a Gucci, the Versace, those foreign brand. This is the Gizo brand. And these things, they are online. They're already selling online. A lot of Nigerians living overseas, they do order for my stuff because they've seen it online and they like it. It wows them. Some of them who tells me, no, this thing can only be done here. And I've been able to prove them wrong that it can be done. Within days, it's finished and they get their stuff.
Smart Delta Media team was not done yet as we probed further the development of small and medium enterprises in the state. This time, Ebele Jue, CEO, Arabelli Garments, welcomed us into her world. Smart Delta. Her experiences, hopes, expectations, and even anxieties are no different from those of our peers, but however remains very grateful for the government's vision that has made her her own boss.
This is my first time of achieving something tangible from the government. Since I've been hearing government since I was born, this is the first government I've really achieved something. And like I said, oh, God will continue to sustain me and let Him give me the strength and the willpower to empower the others. I was fully empowered. I was given industrial weaving machine, one manual machine, a big generator, cutting table, some check for rent.
She was excited about their group, Step Fashion Designers. As they're coming together, she believes will open up business frontiers for the group as well as individuals.
One person trained us as our governor, so that we'll have to come together to know ourselves the more. Those are into fashion, then be able to reach out to one another in any area we have problems. And if you have anything to do with the government tomorrow, maybe you are seeking for loan, with that one body that we are, to be easier for us to approach the government.
with Step Fashion designers coming together to produce a piece of PPE to stem the spread of COVID-19 is an added notch to the proactive thinking and planning of the state government in building a stronger Delta.
Delta State Government is committed to building a stronger Delta. Whatever agitates your mind, ask it, and we will get you answers.
I would actually urge all Deltans and non-Deltans to continue to be in tune with the Smart Delta team because they're everywhere. It's important to get informed about what is going on in this state. If you're going to pass suggestions to us as government, your suggestions will be welcome. To know more about them, follow Smart Delta on their various links.
Send your questions to all our social media platforms with the hashtag #AskIt on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or text 0901-665-2274, airing on AIT, Channels TV, Silverbird, NTA Asaba, DBS, and DRTV.
Come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do you better. Run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see your job and work creation in Delta. Make the youth say them higher. Okowa. I see good roads everywhere in Delta. Make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta. Say me I say. Come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.